One ticket has already been punched in the final of the 2023 Generation Adidas Cup. The second to be determined right now. Philadelphia Union, LAFC for a spot in the 2023 Generation Adidas Cup final. Hello, family. I'm James Hadnot. With me is Ricky Lopez Espin. Thank you so much for joining us here in this matchup. The team already in the final, FC Dallas, a 5-4 win in kicks from the mark after tying Columbus 2-2 in that matchup. And Ricky, LAFC and Philadelphia Union sure to put on a show as well.
And look, walking off this field, you saw FC Dallas, what it meant to them, the emotion, some players crying, all the hugs, everything that went onto it. They want to be in those shoes. They want to know that tomorrow they're going to be playing for a trophy. You look at this LAFC side, you look at this Philadelphia Union side, 2022 MLS finalists. So look for these clashing of cultures, the way the LAFC wants to play. They want to slow things down. They want to pull the strings. They want to play on their terms. Philadelphia Union, hard work, rugged, like to press, you like to force and play direct. It's going to be very interesting, this 60 minutes of football here we have on our hand.
And here's the Philadelphia Union lineup, multiple familial connections at the next level throughout the MLS. And so you know that from the top down, this is going to be a top-notch team.
And it's going to be a 4-4-2. Can look like a 4-4-2 diamond at times. You see this Philadelphia Union side, they like to play narrow. That gives the freedom to Only Jr. and Vasquez, two promising prospects. Only Jr. on the left-hand side, Vasquez on the right, Davis Olivas. Get them the service that they want in and around that 18-yard box. This starting 11 for Tobias Neubauer, really talented.
And we're getting really familiar with the LAFC starting 11. They've been here multiple times, and they've earned it. Players like Radovitz, as well as players like James Arteaga, they have been key, and they are at the forefront for Los Angeles.
And it's a 4-3-3, but at the base of that midfield is going to be Guerra. We've talked about everything what LAFC likes to do going forward. Comes through his feet. Evans, Radovitz, those three players like to get into the attack as we see fit. We've seen a lot of these goals from LAFC from those positions. Third man running in from a deep lying position. Hernandez, Dubo, Arteaga, players that are very comfortable 1v1. Then you have that back line that likes to stay compact, that is very confident, and like to keep everything in front of you. For this LAFC side, job to get done here today.
Los Angeles in the all-white tops, white shorts with the black trim. And Philadelphia in the navy blue tops and navy blue shorts with gold trim. Join the conversation on the outfits, on the play, on everything. What do you listen to before games? Everything a part of the conversation. For Philadelphia, they were playing Meek Mill, Lil Uzi Vert, Philadelphia legends when it comes musically, of course, in the hip-hop side. And Ricky, what type of sounds were playing when you were getting ready for a game?
Putting me on the spot here, James. And I was kind of the guy in the locker room that sat in my locker, let someone play, the DJ, just vibe with the locker room. I wasn't the leader, led by example when I played. So anything that was on the radio, on the speakers, that's what I was jamming to.
Well, that whistle from Elias, our head referee, is music to our ears because we're off here in this final, the final matchup of the day, and the final spot in the finals will be determined after the end of this match. Philadelphia and LAFC. Who's going to meet FC Dallas in the 2023 Generation Adidas Cup? Nixon sends the ball forward, all the way out. So, early chance. Los Angeles will have the throw-in. Ball's cleared all the way back. One interesting piece to think about for Philadelphia in the round of 16, they won in penalties against Remo Stars 4-1, and in their last matchup against Palmeiras, they won on a penalty in the 60th minute. So for 2 full matches. It's taken them to the 60th minute to have just the 1 goal. So can they get on the board early? And Ricky, how does that affect the psyche for Philadelphia?
Well, I think if it's going to be confident, whatever they're doing has been working. It's a different whole different animal against this LAFC side that wants to play in their terms, that wants to slow the game down and break you in terms of possession, fluidity, the midfield to the front line. So Philadelphia Union, yes, you like to press, but you have to have that balance as well to not overextend yourself and leave yourself vulnerable to moments just like this, because you're going to see Evans, you're going to see Radovic making those runs out of the midfield.
Evans sends it back. Now LAFC plays the ball forward. And as the ball trickles out, the goal kick upcoming for Los Angeles. They, of course, defeated Sporting Kansas City and then won in a top-notch kicks from the mark, back and forth against Flamengo 2 days ago to put themselves at this point. And that's how these two teams have fared in the knockout stages. Were successful in the group stage. Now battling for a chance to play in the final. A foul out front. Last year, of course, was the first time we had 2 MLS winners. One on the U15 side and one on the U17 side. And now for back-to-back years, we will have an MLS winner in the U15 and U17 side. All there is left is Philadelphia going to have a chance to have both championships. Philadelphia and Austin battling in the U15 side for the final on tomorrow. Philadelphia trying to punch their ticket into the final here today. Free kick comes in. Cleared away by Bombino. Another throw in for Philly.
And this Union side has all sorts of talent on display. As I highlighted in the open, only Junior and Vasquez going to play on either side of that diamond. Set pieces, your Tobias Nubemeyer will be a key for success. Just to whip the ball in dangerous situations, ask questions of Gowalski, Diaz, and Nixon, that back 3 for LAFC.
Behind you. Behind us. Hey, Christian! Up! Dale.
Headed forward to Wabowo. Now Evans.
Just the overload for LAFC in the center of the park, whether it's Evans or Radovic, going to play in those half pockets between lines.
Cleared away. And Radovic attempts to win it back for LAFC. Quick throw. But Shakir Nixon bodies up Sal Olivas.
No, breakdown! Hey, attack the space! Keep attacking! When we break that line, go!
Yeah, you can hear Fabian Sandoval telling his boys when we break that initial press from the Philadelphia Union, no need to try to force things, switch your point of attack, keep continuing with the ground.
Headed on, wonderfully done. The ball trickles out. 4-goal kick.
Davis and Olivas, the front 2 for Philadelphia Union. A very good understanding as one rises to anticipate the secondary one. Gets in behind. Give credit to Nixon. He comes across and closes down the angle of Olivas. It's a big test for the center backs for LAFC. The way that football has evolved, you always see sides playing with one lone striker. So now it's going to be a man-to-man matchup between Nixon and Diaz with Davis and Olivas.
Davis holds things up once again and slips it off to Only Jr. His cross ricochets off of Santiago, out for a corner.
And we just have so many matchups to look out on. Only Junior here against Santiago. Only very slippery 1v1. Wants to get on the ball, wants to isolate his outside back. Santiago's been a bright spot this whole tournament for LAFC. Ability to win his individual duels, but also advance into the attack to revive the width for LAFC.
You like the communication from the court and the entire Philadelphia Union side. The hand motion to show how they're going to attack on this corner kick. The court will take it. Sent in and headed away. Goal kick.
Need to have a massive game from Guerra, the base of that midfield for LAFC. To be spot on in terms of his positioning, when to jump out and clog the center channel, but also when to connect passes, when to bypass this press from the Union, which LAFC is having a very difficult time playing out of the back at the moment.
Santiago will take it. Now to Evans. Attacks the space moving forward. Evans takes a big shot. Sends it wide.
Playing in these half pockets, two of those advanced midfielders. Great pick out here from Radovic, just swivel the hips around his shoulder. And Evans is off to the races. Those are the pockets of space that you want Radovic and Evans to pick up right off the shoulder of the courts. This Union side playing in a 4-4-2 diamond, which means there's going to be pocket of space in the middle of the field around the corners for this LAFC side.
Reaching 9 minutes of play here in our 30-minute first half. Second half will be 30 minutes as well. You do not have a victor at the conclusion of both halves, then we'll go to kicks from the mark, because somebody needs to play FC Dallas in the final. Ubowo brings it down. Radovic works forward. Radovic lays it off. Another pass. This one slipped in by post. Santiago just ran out of space.
And once again, LAFC has the real estate just to play in behind the court. When he jumps the gun, there's so much time and space. There's pockets that just show up all over the field. Very patient as Evans comes across, slips it into Arteaga, just so unlucky. Santiago's at this back post, unable to get on the end of it. That's LAFC football at its finest. Playing quick, playing precise between the lines, from right to left.
Early on, Los Angeles has been able to break down Philadelphia, a team that has not allowed a goal in the knockout stage up to this point, showing how stout they've been defensively. Los Angeles has found the crevices up to this point, and we're only 10.5 in.
Well, it's all about creating overload in certain parts of the field. If you keep everything Radovic's high, and I know I keep harping on it, it's an overload between them and the court, and that's something, if you ask any sort of head coach around the world, you don't want your center midfielder to be caught on an island to make a decision between two players. And we've seen LAFC exploit that weakness time after time here.
Philadelphia now on the throw. Radovic with the turn. Los Angeles with a chance as well, but a takeaway by Greer. Now only Junior takes the shot. Just sent wide by Kowalski. Had to get a call on it.
The ability to turn their defense into offense for this Philadelphia Union side. It's that second touch that gives him the space to run onto this thing. As he tries to squeak it into this near post, big time save from Kowalski down to his right-hand side.
true chance for Philadelphia after it seemed that Los Angeles had taken a hold of the early moments of this match. Philadelphia has had a corner. Nothing came of it. Their second of the day.
Hey, focus up. Everything's out.
Pumped in and trying to punch it away was Glowacki, but it was even over his outstretched arm. He was not troubled. And Los Angeles has the goal kick.
As we see the striker for LAFC, Hernandez, hobbling a bit after that last action in front of goal. Forces the hand of Fabian Sandoval. Does he let him go? Does he dip into his bench? As we look down, we see some movement. It's like Dempsey Rezic getting his kid on. Yeah, you can just see inability to keep on going. Hernandez, as he's hobbling, such a special play for LAFC. Like he's caressing that right hamstring.
Nixon does enough. Slips by another man. Now Radovic, who's been big, this time works his way through. Evans. Now Radovic takes the shot. Stopped by Andrew Rick.
They're having so much success when they break that first line of press from the Union. Ongoing runners, as Evans lets this come through his legs. Radovic gets a second bite at the apple. And he's been so dynamic from a deep line position. In the end, fairly simple save there from Rick.
And that took a deflection. So Rick staying on his line, staying under control, brought it in. So now Hernandez, who on that initial chance early on collided with the goalkeeper. As Ricky mentioned, they've been hobbling a bit. Does not look like he'll be able to continue. Sub has been prepared. Dempsey Rezic comes in for Hernandez.
And out of sight, like the one to see. The target man, number 9, after 14 minutes of play. He's hobbling off the field. Have a player like Rezic, the ability to play different positions, the versatility, the pure willingness, athleticism, you name it, team player. Such a special personality in the group as well. So how quickly can he acclimate to this game?
Neil Pierre plays it back. His older brother Nelson getting time with the first team in Philly, as well as with the MLS Next Pro side. Pierre takes the turn on his own, sets up the start of the attack. Only Junior flips it in, headed on, goal! Philadelphia takes a 1-0 lead.
Fantastic first touch here from Only Junior. Kills this thing on a dime, and then how's your vision as well? A delicate little ball to that back post. The towering header from Olivas. Secondary run off the shoulder of Diaz. Doesn't see him the whole way. When you have a pass like that, doesn't leave much to be desired. Olivas makes no mistake about it. Heads it down into that far corner. Nothing Glowacki can do. Philadelphia Union draws first blood here.
Only Junior was somebody that our broadcast partner David Goss pointed out. His quality early and often evident.
Technique to bring that down as well, to keep it in possession, cut inside, to see the oncoming run from your striker. just top class. Reason why he's been in with the youth national team. Been a special player so far. Only junior.
Wonderfully done defensively by Vasquez, the LA native, but Matthew Evans back on it. Radovitz. And his high boots will earn a caution. Speaking too soon. Will earn a conversation, though.
Be extremely careful now, Radovitz. The discipline.
I'm gonna be honest.
Down 1-0, 18th minute. I want to say on this field, don't give the referee any sort of opportunity to give you a silly yellow card here. Been such a special player for LAFC.
Wibowo now to Resic, but Gavin Wetzel steps in front of him. Once again, Olney Jr. on the ball, making moves. Slips it off to Olivas. Sends it in. And an intriguing idea from Andrew Craig, just too long.
I think he's waiting for that line movement from Kruger on that far side. Just has too much air underneath it. You just see how energetic Philadelphia Union wants to play, hounding down every dead ball. Second phase as well.
Another chance. Here's a stop from Glowowski. Only as far. And now another shot. This one sent out. But for a team that took them so long to score in the 60th minute in their last match, it seems like the offense has been on from the jump.
You leave the door open against this Union side. You're going to kick it down with a lot of numbers, a lot of pace, a lot of firepower. The team is confident. You can feel it. There's just something about this Union side at the moment that is clicking on all cylinders.
Olney Jr. will send it in.
Don't shut up.
Outswinging ball, bouncing in the box, and LAFC now on it.
Last couple of minutes here, LAFC has gone a little bit away from their game model. More playing direct, balls like this. Against this Union side, you have any sloppy turnover deep in your defensive half. Go back the other way extremely quick. Guerrero, we haven't said his name much. He needs to become more of an option in terms of an outlet to play to connect that back to front. If you're Fabian Sandoval, that's someone that you're going to want to get on the ball a bit more. Watch out there.
Now a yellow shown. The first booking of the day for either side.
This is what you're going to get from Resic. The ability just to run from his center position into the wide channels as he draws out Pierre. It's a center back in a very tricky spot to pick up a yellow card so early in this first half. He needs to be extremely disciplined in his positioning, the challenges that he decides to go into now.
This is the court. Edward Davis can't get to it because of Nixon.
And those are the spots, the passes that you need to connect if you're Guerra. If you find the feet of Radovitz or Evans, you're off to the races just like this. And he makes the wrong decision at that moment, Radovitz.
Evans.
Delay, Danny, delay, Danny. Go serve it!
Swivels pass. Matthew Evans
Step, Danny, no serve it!
sends it back.
Step the court.
Now the ball comes in. Wabowo lays it down to Santiago. Back to Wabowo. Santiago slips it through. The shot blocked, then out. Now a Union player on the ground. Trainer being called out.
Once again, very patient running off the ball here. Good little pick out from Mibowo. Santiago has the right idea to cut this ball back. As Evan gets his feet tangled up underneath him, Pierre just lies down like a blanket to deny this ball going through him. But LAFC having a lot of success, whether it's Bombino, Santiago, having that third man run, coming to that final third and stretch this Philadelphia Union defensive unit.
Mentioned that Neil's older brother is Nelson Pierre, who plays for the first team. And the nickname for Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love. And there are two iterations of that in this academy. Caven Sullivan, his brother Quinn, and of course, Caven playing for the U17 side, and they're already in the final. And with the U17 side, Neil and his older brother Nelson. Some hydration now for Philadelphia as well.
He needs to step off here. The trainer comes on.
A corner now for LA. Over everyone's head off the boot of Evans.
You're looking for quality there from Evans. He has that in his locker, the ability just to whip the ball in a dangerous situation. Started bright, but kind of faded the last 10 to 15 minutes here.
Pierre now back on the field for Philadelphia.
Something to keep an eye out on. Can't see it on your screen, but only Junior staying high and wide to give this outlet side for Philadelphia Union.
And Mario Alias not allowing for the quick free kick. Philadelphia will take their time as we wind things down in the first half. The goal by Sal Olivas off the assist from Olney Jr. The court sends it wide to Christopher Olney Jr. Shakir Nixon clears it away.
Ability to connect passes right now for LAFC. Putting them in very uncomfortable situations. Too many sloppy turnovers. Great ball.
Now Evans is loose. Matthew Evans continues to work forward. Ball sent wide. Arteaga can't find a pass. All the way back to Evans. Santiago Nice idea. He had eyes for Wabowo.
And it's better from LAFC. You can just see the ball that breaks line from Radovic to find Evans in acres of space. And as Guerra steps up and catches everyone by surprise, Wabowo as well, expecting him to have a crack on goal. Those are the situations that you want that young man to find himself in. So decisive, so clean, bright future ahead of him.
Look to play. Look to play. Again, do that. Yeah. All right, next one.
And a hold. So Nixon.
Back out.
Reverses field. Play continues. Evans in the court, jostling. Now Davis, Glowowski punts it wide. He did have stoppage for an injury, so expect some extra time for stoppage. As you can see, Glowowski. Now down is Devin DeCourt. And it's been a lot of soccer, many days, starting to wear on these young kids.
And if he's unable to keep on going, it's a big loss for Tobias Nubemeyer. Not many players have the ability to play as a single pivot, especially against a side like LAFC. Got caught out a couple times early in this first half. He settled himself into this game, positioning, clogging the middle. And what this Philadelphia Union side has off the bench if he's unable to continue here.
And for a guy like Devin DeCourt, the coaching staff talked about his hard work, what he brings to this team, and they do the tracking in regards to how far players are running. And the coaching staff saying that he runs as much as some players in MLS, the Premier League. So that's how much effort, how much he's putting into each and every one of these matches. Ball back to Wetzel. Flips it over to Olney Jr. What does he serve up here? Working on Santiago. Santiago takes over. But a giveaway. Davis looks to turn. Nixon holds down the fort. Wabowo. Now to Evans, who pulls the strings for Los Angeles. Stays on his feet. Evans, once again, takes a long shot.
Again, decision making hasn't been best friend for LAFC at the moment. Do extremely well to get into that situation, but the only thing that has been lacking, maybe a bit of unselfishness, played into the next player, Artiaga, Wabowo, Resic, always making those runs off the ball. Given wants that opportunity back.
That's been a big battle in the middle, whether it's been Nixon or Diaz and Davis. Now Radovic simmering right now. Resic was there. Now Wabowo takes a shot. Adrian Wabowo almost turned this game on its head.
Just individual class 1v1. Once again, I think Radovic makes the wrong decision, but as this ball circulates once to Wabowo, you just see doesn't need a lot of space, doesn't need a lot of backlift. Has eyes for that far post, and that's on target. It's causing all sorts of problems for Rick, the special player Wabowo, especially when he gets that 5-yard radius to create and express himself.
Skip him, skip him.
Go, Idris, go. All right. Next one's coming. Get higher, come here. Hey, Eddie, hop on there. Come here. Get away from him.
Evans assesses his options, finds Radovitz. Now Wabowo, already shown his ability. The run overlaps. Wabowo wants another shot. This one is blocked. Still a chance for Los Angeles. Wabowo slips it in. And Resic, not enough power behind it. Couldn't put it on frame.
Very difficult technique as Wabowo just rifles this ball in. You need to have information on the pass. Just roll it into the path of Resic. Let him take a first touch out of his feet. Difficult technique to bring that down with the pace of the ball coming at you. Once again, Wabowo, as he cuts in, Santiago makes a run. The overlapping sees him off and lets it go inside. A lot of traffic. He's doing extremely well to get into that final third, but just not clean enough in the decision-making, the technique as well. And that's something that Fabian Sandoval is going to be pleased with. We had success breaking the initial press, but once we get into that final third, what can we do with it? We need to be clinical.
A first half that found Philadelphia in front. Union on top of Los Angeles. 1-0. Sal Olivas with the goal in the 16th minute. We'll have more from Bradenson, as well as how things have gone up to this point in the day in just a moment. Between LAFC and riding high early on was LA.
And LAFC had a lot of success just with the outlet of Evans and Radovitz. But once they got into that final third, it was their decision-making that wasn't really clicking for Fabian Sandoval as well. Probably the nicest opportunity here as Santiago comes out from his right back position. The inability to get on the end of this thing, but it's a fantastic pick out from Arteaga. Fabian Sandoval is going to want his boys situations like this. You break that initial press, you have ongoing runners, but again, lacking that last bit of quality. But you have to give credit to Philadelphia Union. The positioning defensively has been spot on to not give this high-power attacking unit for LAFC any clear-cut opportunities at goal. But Philadelphia Union, they're just so mature. We knew what we were going to get. We knew how they wanted to play, getting on the attacking phase, being direct, winning those second balls. But as this ball rotates to this left-hand side, only Perez, talk about a first touch, but also talk about vision. A delicate little touch over the top. Fantastic header from Olivas.
And the goal by Olivas is the difference at this point in time. Philadelphia leads 1-0 on top of Los Angeles FC. The winner of this match will move on to play FC Dallas in the final. And for Philadelphia, trying to match the U17 side and play for a championship. Pierre puts it forward. And Guerra, a little too handsy on the court. That's a foul.
Now, what does this first 5 minutes look like for LAFC? You need a reaction. 30 minutes left in your GA Cup life. You have to manage those emotions as well. You don't want to rest of desperation, but too early. Play yourself into this game. The way you're going to do that, quick ball movement, playing it in and around. Attacking phase of the game, decision-making, combination, all of the above from Fabian Sandoval's boys. They've done it. We've seen them do it. How clinical can you be here in the second half?
So important note, Diego Rossio comes in for David Vasquez. And then coming in for Olney Jr. was Alex Perez. So the man who had the assist on the Sam Olivas goal is now out. Perez comes in for him. So the question becomes, do they have that same firepower down that left channel with Olney Jr. now on the bench? Arteaga tries to clip it through, but Daniel Kruger does well. Guerra. Now to Evans. Space opens up for him. Now Philly throwing upcoming.
You bring in Perez just to give an extra layer of security in the midfield for Tobias Numebayer. Gear the court, Perez, those three players sitting right in front of that back four. Log that channel where LAFC was hurting the Union.
Throwing coming for Los Angeles. They've shown their ability to score late in this tournament. Now Olivas sends it well forward to Davis, but Diaz was there. Racing forward is Radovitz. Earns it back. Radovitz clips it high. Evans! The second chance is in. LAFC has their equalizer.
And again, the ability to break the initial press, to go out the other side. We've talked about it all game long. Radovitz, the willingness to get on the end of it. And good things happen when you whip the ball into a dangerous situation. It's Evans hanging around this far post. Doesn't need to hit it too well, just need to get some sort of contact. You see the English on it, the confusion within the back line. As Pierre comes across, the inability to clear it. LAFC gets a response within 5 minutes after the break.
Knotted up one apiece now. Philadelphia put the first punch in the first half. LAFC has struck back. Davis heads it on. Kept in. And Evans. Guerra. Once again, the reversal. The idea there, a little too heavy on the touch.
We keep talking about it, James. As Philadelphia Union likes to play with that single pivot at the base of the diamond. You get that player, which is Perez at the moment, to be able to jump, to get off of his line. There's so much real estate to play in and around him. That's where we see that goal, Radovitz and Evans. Instead of trying to come to feet too much, stay high, be disciplined, occupy those spaces, and make Perez make a decision. Does he go tight to Evans? Does he go tight to Radovitz? He picks the other one, an easy pass, an easy outlet to go out the other way.
Throwing upcoming. Los Angeles answer the call here at this point. Now how does the substitute affect the game? Davis working hard, has options, lays it off, and Philly has their answer.
There's no special formula here for Philadelphia Union. This is all work rate, grit, the ability to stay to the game plan. Heavy touch there from Glowowski, but give credit to Davis. As he drops his ball back in, I think it's Rocio who gets on the end of it. The patience it takes from Ed Davis, the composure to draw Glowowski Information on the pass it gives Rocio the ability to hit it one time as he sticks it into the back of the net. Philadelphia, terrific reaction.
And what a moment for Edward Davis, a player that used to be a part of the Los Angeles Academy at one point in time, the U12, U13 level, now a part of the Philadelphia Academy, and now the assist to put his team ahead. So now Devin DeCourt, who's down for a second time today. He's put in so much work, so much effort in this contest. Has done so all week, just like all of these young men.
Yeah, you can hear Fabian Sandoval telling his boys, you have to expect the press. You know it's coming. You have to be quick with the purpose. Pass the ball, don't pass the responsibility. Cleaning your decision making is the way you're going to beat this Union side that you know they're going to come at you. They're going to come at you with numbers. They're going to come at you extremely quick.
You're Los Angeles. You've already shown that you could come back, but how much does that take the wind out of your sail after getting your equalizer and then to concede so quick after?
And it's the way that you concede as well. Philadelphia Union didn't beat you, break you down through passes. Sloppy touch there from Kowalski, who has the ability to do better there. Just takes a little bit too long, but you have to credit Davis. A willingness to get on the end of it, to press, as most strikers probably wouldn't press that ball. It's routine for a goalkeeper to collect it, pump it down the field. Extra effort is what you need to be able to play in a title match. And it reaps rewards.
That's something the coaching staff told us throughout the match, saying that hard work is just a part of the DNA for Philadelphia. Ball crossed. Sent past. Santiago looks to race it down. The throw-in coming for Los Angeles. 10 minutes gone here. We've already seen 2 goals here in this second half. A long ball. Matthew Evans put it in for Los Angeles. And then the answer for Philadelphia less than 5 minutes after. The Union retake the lead. Bombino.
Great first touch.
Left in the middle to Greer. Evans fighting for it. Now Los Angeles off and running. Or so it seemed.
It's the right idea there from Bombino. He keeps the ball on the deck. None of it has all sorts of space to get on the half turn and face forward.
Wetzel will throw it in for Philadelphia. A team that in 2 previous matches did not score a goal, not from the penalty spot. So after not scoring a goal from within the field of play for 2 matches, they've scored 2 goals here in this match alone, as they look to make it to the finals here in this Generation Adidas Cup. Evans works his way forward. Shot is blocked. Santiago takes it first time. Resic had an opportunity.
Just gets caught flat-footed at the moment, Resic. As a striker, you have to be opportunistic, on your toes at all times, especially when the ball is in and around that 18-yard box.
Down to the court. And the court shown a yellow card. So now Davis is down. Wetzel also. And some subs potentially coming for Philadelphia. We've had a change of shoes as well from Daniel Kruger. So, of course, Philadelphia on the U15 side already on their way to the final. They'll be taking on Austin in that matchup. And a player of top quality on the field for Philadelphia is Kevin Sullivan. And here's a quote from his coach. Those that maybe haven't learned yet, a young Kevin Sullivan has the talent and ability to become, I'll just say, a household name and is doing really big things. And we've seen him multiple times this week, Ricky, and his coach is telling the truth.
And when you have players like that, these are the games that you expect to be in. Kevin Sullivan, the ability just to unlock games, drop this game and change it, drop of a hat, whatever it may be, goals, assists, just been terrific in this GA Cup. And there's a reason why he's so highly touted, not only in the Philadelphia Union organization, but organizations around the world. Youth national team, he's a special player, Kevin Sullivan is.
He had a goal early on in this knockout stage. Then he had the intellectually sound play the dummy and let the ball go through for an early Philadelphia goal earlier today on the U15 side. So now some substitutes preparing to come in for Los Angeles. You mentioned USA call-ups. One coming in for Los Angeles. Tyrone Lumsden. He comes in for Resic. And also on the way in is Aiden Martin for James Arteaga. Also, at this point, subs coming in for Philadelphia as well. Ball comes in to Lumsden, his first touch, out wide to Bombino. Clips it in. Ball is out for a corner.
Craig has been terrific. Left back for Philadelphia Union. His positioning, last-ditch defending efforts. Him, Wetzel, Pierre, and Kruger have been spot on.
Quick free kick taken. Ball will roll out for another corner. And actually called a goal kick. So nothing coming of that corner from Los Angeles. And the goal kick coming for Philadelphia. So Jeremiah White comes in for Edward Diaz. DeCourt sends it wide. Long opportunity taken. And Rossio, not a bad effort.
Trying to get his brace on the day as he comes into the interior. The court has been terrific for the Union. Ability to create your own space as a winger, use the momentum against Guerra. A touch out of his feet, has eyes for that top corner, just pulls it far too high.
If they came in on the keeper, whenever you're trying to get the ball, I was trying to help you.
13 plus minutes left here for LAFC. How do you call yourself back into this game? Ability to show the character of the fight, that togetherness to come. Find that goal. Brilliant opportunity in terms of development for these young boys.
Another yellow card shown to a Philadelphia Union player. Alex Perez now on a yellow as well. Lumsden. Run is there. Bombino sends it in. It's taken down.
Really good interchange on this left-hand side between Martin and Bombino. The patience to let this play develop. Rick, the goalkeeper for the Union. Positioning has been spot on today.
A miscue, the ball is free, but lucky for Rick, no one could find it. Radovitz works forward, lays it off. The chance for Los Angeles. Top class. But the offside flag up. Aiden Martin thought he had the equalizer.
And it comes from Radovitz winning this second ball. You look at the bottom of your screen. It's difficult to see from that angle. To be fair, it is a clinical finish for Martin. Sneaks his ball into that far post. Just a bit too eager as he's running offside. Just see how quickly this LAFC side can explode going forward as Fabian Sandoval sees a yellow card.
So the bench shown a yellow. Play continues. LAFC thought they had the tying goal. But with 10 minutes left, still time to find it. Kyrome Lumsden has it now. And the substitute that had just came in, Jeremiah White. The foul. Lumsden has it on the turn. Lumsden. Now Santiago slickly works through, stays on the ball. Bombino can't complete the cross, but earns a corner. Corner taken short. Guerra sends it in, and Rick, sure-handed, reels it in.
And then he's been big for the Union, Rick. Big time save after big time save. Just having that calming presence within that back line. And a good showing, 52 minutes in.
Lumsden, who's been a great substitute at this point, ends up on the floor. Now Pierre battling. But you can feel it the tense moments now for Los Angeles. They know what's necessary, but they're playing up to it.
Yeah, you need to commit numbers forward. 8+ minutes left in this game. Character building for these boys, for their development.
The winner of this match will take on FC Dallas in the Cup final on tomorrow at 5 p.m.
On the jump!
In a collision, Philadelphia now earns the free kick.
And you're going to see Philadelphia Union take their time, try to see this game out. Game management, how do you play up a goal as this game is dying? The clock is your best friend. A little bit longer for set pieces. Walking over, a little bit longer to get up.
Nixon once again just making the right play. Now White slithers through his shot right at the goalkeeper.
And it's a good effort from White. Good first touch to get out of his body. Fortunate enough for Glowowski, it's straight at him.
Guerra down to Lumsden. Los Angeles keeps possession. Needed to connect passes down this goal. Now the subs prepared. Substitutes coming in. Charles Rosenthal and Matthias Wanchope. Also, the savior for Los Angeles last time out, Miono, comes in nets. Now Rossio has it for Philadelphia. As far back as the court. Will look to work this match out. Races in. Can't find the pass. Comes into the arms of Miono. For Aaron Miono, stopped 3 shots in the penalty shootout against Flamengo. Came on as a substitute late in that match and was the man of the match in penalties. His team wanted to give him a chance to do something similar. Davis takes a long effort. And that was Evans who took that shot. Ball played as far as Martin. Diaz takes the contact. And now Wetzel is down for Philadelphia.
Hey, Johnny.
And multiple subs preparing to come in for Philadelphia.
Now Wetzel has put in a hard shift here in the center of that back line for Philadelphia Union. Hard in the challenge. Doesn't need a second invitation to join into that midfield third. He's been a leader. Him and Pierre in that back line have been spot on. Really good showing for that man.
So the two players coming on, Zachary Mastrodimas and Antoine Horozoglu. And the time now not in favor of Los Angeles.
Yeah, there's no need for that if you're Nixon. Sound the ball. Signaling to his boys, slow things down, continues to play our game. If you play direct balls, it plays into the hands of what Philadelphia Union wants to do. They're set up to win those second balls. They're set up between Mastrodimas and Pierre in that back line. Craig, big physical presence. We're going to win everything in the air.
Philadelphia with an opportunity to come forward now. Radovitz earns the throw-in. Five minutes of stoppage time upcoming. Still a long way. Philadelphia wants to join their U17s in the final. Philadelphia would take on FC Dallas if they were to finish this off with the win.
Just so proactive in the back, this Union side. Any ball that's under it, the ability to step in, to clear their lines, just so difficult to beat down and to break in. Defensively, very disciplined, this Union side, under Tobias Nubenmeyer.
Matthew Evans can't shake free. Diaz sends it to Martin. Now as far as Evans. Slips it through. Wabowo shows excellent 1v1 ability. Radovitz. Now Guerra finds Wabowo. Lumsden held. Play on.
This last action here, as you see the lino on your far end, the top of your screen, he does signal for an offside. There is a handful of jersey, but it would not have counted as he's Lumsden's caught offside.
The cross is ricocheted out.
There's a lot of arguments to be had from this LAFC side. Just keep an eye, top of your screen, the sideline referee comes off on an offside position. Lumsden, there is whole lot of holding there. The second yellow card that the LAFC bench has been shown.
Matthew Evans will trot over to the corner spot. Evans has the lone goal on the day for Los Angeles. One won't get the job done. This one comes in close. Still in play. Throw in for Los Angeles. Deep to Evans. Cleared out. Quick throw. Radovitz works on his own. Almost slips it through. In the corner for Los Angeles.
Good individual work here from Radovitz as he stands up his defender. Goes to the byline with Pierre. Toenail on that ball.
Ball comes in, headed down, and punched away by Andrew Rick.
Once again, you want your keepers to stand up in big-time opportunities. The technique on this save is top class. Shuffle cross, power step.
White clears away that corner. 1 minute remains in required stoppage time. All the way back to Miono. And Nixon does wonderfully to keep it in. Now, into the box. Lumsden brings it down. And Rosenthal has his pocket picked.
Great ball.
Back on it now is Kyrone Lumsden. Nothing comes of him falling.
Players, sit down. Kneel left shoulder.
Juan Chope. Beats two defenders and earns a corner.
Dealing with set pieces. For Philadelphia Union, 65 minutes in, not put a foot wrong. Looking for quality here from Evans and LAFC.
Ball's in, and Andrew Rick brings it down and sends Philadelphia to the finals. It was tense at the closing, but Philadelphia found a way, and they win 2-1 on top of LAFC.
Being clinical in critical moments. Philadelphia Union on their heels for most of this game. One look at goal, the ball hits in the back of the net. For Tobias Nubenmeyer, you have to be extremely pleased to make it a double for your club's U15, U17 Generation ADIDAS Cup finalist. The character, the maturiness from this Union side as they have a date with FC Dallas.
The man of the match is Diogo Rossio. Had the game winner for his side, and Philadelphia makes it a double. Two sides in the final. Here's the U17 final. FC Dallas winning in penalties on top of Columbus, and Philadelphia on top of LAFC. Here we have a final, Ricky.
Just a feeling from both of these sides of togetherness. There's not one star man that's going to make everything happen, much like we've seen throughout this generation of ADIDAS tournament. It's been a collective unit. Press together, drops together, scores together, celebrates together. And that's what you need to walk yourself into a final. And it's going to be a tasty matchup. FC Dallas, well coached by Matias Asore, this Philadelphia Union side. Tobias Nubenmeyer, the box office excited for it.
Well,